This Strat belongs to a friend of mine. Very nice guy, great musician, local singer, songwriter. Should have been much more than local. Such are the vagaries of fate. But those of us who live in Memphis know how good he is, and big fan. And it's hard to be fans of your friends. I think I would prefer to err on the side of friendship, but I am a fan of the guy and his music. He brought this in. It's a early '80s ESP lawsuit Fender copy. It says Fender on the headstock. Isn't. It's an ESP. And it had a white pick guard, and he asked if I put a black pick guard on there. And I said, no problem, man. So having said those prophetic words, there were problems, man. Uh, Number one, the holes in the new pick guard did not match the holes in the body from the old Japanese pick guard. So, I got some hardwood dowels and drilled out each old hole to 1/8 of an inch and put in the dowel and trimmed it flush with some glue and all that, let that set. Then I was able to re-drill. And the old pots had really long shafts and the knobs were sticking up off the body more than 1/4 of an inch. There's just a huge gap on all those. So I changed all those for some new CTS pots, and it had pan head screws for everything. I replaced with the proper oval head screws. And the old pickguard screws might have been gold originally. They were all just kind of black at this point and didn't look right with the new pickguard. And the body is in great shape, the neck's in great shape. The only thing that shows any real tarnishing is this old gold bridge. So that was all kind of cosmetic. I did the screws on the back plate as well. As the guitar came in, it had way too much relief, just a good bit of bow in the neck. So that's all been straightened out. And the bridge had 5 screws, but was still up at an angle. It was a good, almost 1/4 inch off the body back here. And took the 5 springs out and saw that someone had put a screw into the tremolo block at some point so that it could not go down past a certain point. Maybe it was for using the bar when you wanted it to float and have a return to 0 point, but it kept it from being used very well as a hardtail. So I took that screw out, and the 5 springs that were in there had been so overstretched trying to fight that tremolo block with the screw pressing into the wood that they weren't doing the job. So it's got 5 new springs and it's set up as a hardtail, and it's flush to the body with much better contact. And when you do that, it's important to make sure that you don't have the incorrect pressure from these screws. So if you want to set up a guitar like this as a hardtail, you take the springs off and no strings, and you adjust the outer 2 screws until, with it laying flat on the body. As soon as you turn the screw and the bridge lifts up from the body, back off until it just touches, and that's the true flush point. Once you have the outer 2 set, you just turn the inside ones to the same point, or if anything, just less than a sheet of thin paper above. These 2 are doing most of the work. Actually, in this case, with the 5 springs, these screws don't have a lot of pressure on them, just a forward pressure. And then cleaning up the wiring. This pickup was intermittent, had to resolder the connections at the pickup itself. But beyond all that, the end result now is a really nice sounding playing Strat. It's got some 60 cycle hum in here because these are true single coils. They don't have the reverse wound cancellation in 2 and 4, and my room's noisy, but the guitar is sounding really nice.